You had a lopsided advantage in rebounding early on. SMU was able to narrow that gap in the second half. What changed on the boards?
Well, their big guys are big, and they do a good job of playing big. Chicken Knowles is 196 pounds. Devontae Pollard's 188. So, part of the process that we're going in building this program is we have to get better there. We've got to recruit some kids that can go get the other team's missed shot. Now, where we have the advantage is when we shoot and miss. We're hard to block out. I mean, they had 17 offensive rebounds, but we had 23. So that's part of our identity. We're not a great first shot team, but I thought our first shot defense tonight was outstanding. But they did a good job of going to get missed shots. But their bigs are a problem for us, just like Cincinnati's are. And we have a hard time matching up with a team like an SMU, 5 feet and in. I feel like we can match up with just about all of the teams in this league, 5 feet now. But again, it's a process.
With the way you outplayed them for probably 18 minutes of the first half, how shocked were you when the game was tied at the half?
What do you mean shocked?
The fact that you had outplayed them for such a long stretch.
Yeah, well, let's look at why it was tied. We miss a free throw, we get a rebound. There's 33 seconds on the clock. Probably the prudent thing to do is hold it for the last shot. So worst case scenario, we're going to be up 4 or up 2. So that's a bonehead mistake. Prior to that, one of the things that led to them coming back is same kid comes down and shoots a 3, 1 on 4 in the fast break. Got to think a little bit in this game. This game is not rocket science now, but you have to be able to think the game. But we've competed in every game we played this year. Every game we played. We're up 8 Sunday against Connecticut. I think it's tie score with 3 minutes to go. We're down 3 at Cincinnati, 59-56. We're about I can't remember how much time, but all the games we've lost, all of them. We've been there, but we're getting better. You can tell that this team's getting better. We have 7 brand new players. We're getting this thing going. I'm proud of my team. I told them after the game, be disappointed you lost, but do not be disappointed in your effort tonight.
What are some things that you'll be looking to tweak before SMU comes to U of H?
You mean before our game Saturday? Well, we've got USF Saturday, so that's a little more important than SMU again. But for us, it's working on getting our guards to be better rebounders. I think I saw Eduardo Nahara a while ago. He looks better now than he did when he was playing for me. What I'd really like to do is throw a Cougar uniform on him, and that automatically would make us a better rebounding team. But I think the answer to your question is we have to. Our guards have to be more involved. LeBron Barnes is playing with a strained groin and a bad heel. You can tell it's really hurting him. But when we won at Temple, he had 14 rebounds. Then we came home and played Tulane, was it? And I think he had 13 rebounds. But he's our best rebounder. And when we don't have him, that hurts us a little bit. We've got to get him healthy. I may just keep him out until the game so he can heal up a little bit. Dotson's another kid that we need to rebound a little bit more for us. But most teams that are good rebounding teams have good rebounding guards, unless you have dominant rebounding bigs. But part of our game plan, we wanted to get their bigs in foul trouble. We wanted to attack them off the dribble. And, we did that. But, you can't go 8 for 16 on the road. You can't have some of the mindless turnovers we had. We had a chance to win the game. We led it for 26 minutes. But SMU's a good team now. Obviously, I love the Moore kid. He's a kid that should be really, really appreciated. He gets it. He knows how to play.
Considering the numbers that have gone down on SMU's bench in recent weeks, is what they're doing more impressive on the offensive end or the defensive end?
No, actually, I think having less players helps them. I've been there before with that. I think 7's the perfect number. You can have 13 guys. You're only going to play 7 in conference. And what it is a little scary. But as long as they don't get hurt, 7's fine. You know, not to compare us to anybody. Last year I had an intramural team, but we won, once we got all those kids hurt last year, got down to 7 players, we won 4 in a row with 7 players. So I think less is more this time of year. And I don't mean that with any agenda, but I think less is more this time of year. They may, if they have one more, that would just be for security in case something happened injury-wise. But you know, Larry knows what he's doing over there as far as substitution patterns and keeping guys fresh. But there's been a lot of years in the month of February that you only play the guys you trust, and that's hardly ever more than 7.
What makes them particularly hard to beat?
It starts with their best player, who's a point guard, and they understand who that is. Their shot selection is good because they know who should take the shots. You know, shooting is not an equal opportunity position. You start with that in coaching. You know, sometimes kids don't understand that, but that's the coach's job to tell them. You know, not everybody can shoot. You know, the guys that should shoot are the best shooters. Nick Moore's our best shooter. You know, who takes the most perimeter shots? Their best shooter. That's a sign of a well-coached team. And then their big guys are big guys. You don't see them trying to do things they can't do. So to beat SMU, you got to beat them. You know, we had a chance to beat them tonight, but they didn't let us because they don't beat themselves. You have to beat SMU if you don't beat them, because they're not going to contribute to their demise.
Kelvin, why didn't Rob Gray play? Address that.
Yeah, it's just a personal thing with me. I don't really want to go into it, but obviously, you know, part of a coach's job is to teach life lessons.